Okay guys, this is the reason why I booked this hostel, this rooftop. And nobody's out here right now. But that's the Opera House and the Harbor Bridge. Nobody's out here to enjoy this beautiful view. And it's sunset, not the best sunset to be honest, but it's still stunning. And there's nobody here. Just me, the crazy Canadian who's out on the roof. It does get a bit chilly at night here in Sydney. It's stunning. Here's the rooftop. And then there's also this little TV room. Nobody's in there either. Nobody in the rec room. Nobody out on the rooftop. But these are all rooms. And then that's an archaeological dig site down there. Most people are probably in there, which is where the kitchen is. And these are all the rooms. Oh, there's another wing over on the other side that has more rooms. But look at the views. Why is no one out here? They're missing out. So I would say that what's lacking in this hostel is definitely an atmosphere. There's not really an atmosphere here. It's definitely more just a nice, clean, safe, large, well set up dorm room for me. And meeting people is probably just gonna be a little bit tougher in that kind of setup. This is actually more like a hotel, I'd say, and there's a lot of families that stay here and private rooms and stuff, but I'm in a dorm room. I'm in a 6-bed girls dorm for the next 2 more nights. I slept there last night. And then I move on my last night to a 4-bed dorm room, which was a bit more pricey. It was like $54 a night, which is a lot for a dorm room, but it's Sydney and I really love it here. Not specifically this hostel, but just the city. I'm just in shock. Like, this is day 1 of Sydney, like my full day, and I'm ready to move here. I'm ready to find ways on how I can move back here and actually live here one day. Oh, stunning. When you know, you know, you know? So at the YHA Harbor, the rocks, you basically are on top of an archaeological historical site from the 1700s when the early European settlers first came to Sydney to settle. The Big Dig was an archaeological dig and they found all of these ruins basically, and they've built the hostel on top of it. So this is some of the ruins from the settlements of the early settlers, of course, paying honor to the Aboriginal First Nation people of this land who were here for an estimated 65,000, 68,000 years before Europeans settled in Australia. So of course, the traditional land keepers of this land are the First Nation Aboriginal people. I think it's quite cool how they have preserved the history here. And the rocks, like I've said, is a very historical part of Sydney. Now, we are on day 2 of my favorite city, Sydney. Today I have decided I'm going to do a walk to Darling Harbour to start my day. So I'll show you guys that. I made you a little bit of a peep in some of the shops because Pitt Street is a pedestrian street that is just dedicated to shopping. All the high street shops that you could imagine, plus then some. I am so not used to this big city shopping experience because honestly, I've been in small country New Zealand for almost 3 years. So it's nice to see shops I haven't seen in ages. Like for example, Uniqlo. I used to shop there in Toronto because they're in the big cities. I'm definitely gonna go check it out. I'm definitely a shopper. If you're not new to the channel, if you've been here a while, you would know I am a shopper. I have already shopped heaps since I've arrived in Australia, but this is really cool because Sydney it's like a big city. I love it here. After my little shop about, I'm going to take the train to Coogee, which is like a neighborhood outside of the main Sydney area, but still in Sydney City, I guess you could say, just surrounding areas. I'm going to meet up with Claire. Claire will make a reappearance. I met her in Cairns. If you've been watching the vlogs, you'll know that I met an Irish girl on my Great Barrier Reef boat tour named Claire, and we are going to meet up because she lives here in Sydney. We're going to do the Coogee to Bondi beach walk, which is about a 6-kilometer coastal walk with beautiful views the whole way. It's something that I've been recommended to do a couple times now, so I'm excited to do it. I think it should be good. I think it'll be a good time, get me out of the city, and of course I get to see the infamous Bondi beach today, and I reckon that's a really good balance in terms of seeing the CBD and then seeing a little bit outside of the CBD. For this first initial trip that's such a short one, I think that that's pretty good. I decided that I'm not going to be going to the Blue Mountains just because it does take me away from the city for a full day. They are quite far away, 2 hours or so by train there and back. So instead of doing that, I will save that for my return trip to Sydney, because I've actually already started to plan another trip to Sydney. So I definitely will include all the surrounding sites you can see in Sydney in my other trip. But for this trip, I'm going to focus on CBD Sydney, experience the city life because it gives me so much energy, so much positivity, and then of course check out Bondi today. So it's going to be a great day. Come along for day 2 of adventures today on my big Australia backpacking trip. Let's go. I made it to Darling Harbour, but it's not very interesting at 10 a.m. I think it's more a place to go for dinner and drinks. There's a lot of restaurants that are closed currently. So I'm actually going to head back to George Street now because there's not a lot going on right now. It is pretty. Like, there are a lot of ferries to Manly. There's the Manly ferries. Got beautiful skyline. Got this hotel here, the W. Pretty cool building. And of course, just the harbor area where there's the marina for the boats to dock and stuff. Maybe when I come back, or even maybe tomorrow, I could maybe book a scenic boat tour or something like that out on the harbor. That'd be lovely. But I was on the ferry yesterday, and that's kind of like, you know, you still get the scenic view from the water from the ferries. I'm gonna head out to George Street, check out some shops, make my way to Pitt Street, and then take some transport, the train or a bus to Coogee, meet up with Claire. Seems to be some kind of remembrance event in Martin Place. I've done my shopping now. I basically went to check out Uniqlo. We don't have that store in New Zealand, so I really wanted to check it out. I did get a new pair of bike shorts because my bike shorts I brought with me have holes in them. I guess I've been doing a lot of walking this trip, so I replaced my bike shorts. I'm done with shopping for now, and I'm going to take the bus to Coogee to go meet Claire, and I'll be spending the rest of the day in Bondi Junction. Alright, I'll be spending the rest of the day in Bondi Junction, Bondi Beach, so that'll be nice. But I still really love exploring the city and coming across events like that, just walking around. How pretty! I made it to the train station. First time taking the train in Sydney. Very easy. I have to give a shout out to one of my mates who gave me his Opal card, and I've been able to tap on and off this transport system using this card, which already had money on it. So shout out to Michael who gave me this card. We ran into each other in Cairns, and I've been using this since I got to Sydney, so it's pretty good. Although I have been walking a lot as well. But yeah, I'm gonna go to Coogee now. Hopefully I don't get lost. Okay, I made it to Coogee all on my own, and that barely took any time at all. To get all the way to Coogee from CBD, it took about 30 minutes total with a train and a bus. Very smooth public transportation. So we're gonna do the Bondi Coogee walk in reverse. So we're gonna do Coogee to Bondi instead. I just need to find Claire now. Look for my Irish friend. There she is. Hey. Oh my lord.
Kind of tastes like Snapple.
Wow. So you just speared it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh my, can I take a picture of it down the mouth?
Ew.
I did it. It's been so humid, so I am quite sweaty, but 6.7K from Coogee, I think it's called. I think I've been saying it wrong. Coogee to Bondi. It was really pretty, super scenic, a lot of beautiful coastal views, pretty well developed the whole way. I'm really glad that I did this today. It's so stunning. We didn't really get the sun. We've gotten overcast. It hasn't been too intense in terms of the heat from sun exposure, but check out Bondi Beach. Pretty good. Who needs a 6-pack when you can have a 20-pack? All right, I made it to the big Westfield Mall in Bondi Junction now, and I said goodbye to Claire. We did our amazing 6.5 kilometer walk or something, but the weather took a turn. It got really windy and cold, so we just went to have some lunch. I had a chicken schnitzel sandwich. I don't know, since I've been in Australia, I've been having a lot of chicken schnitzel, which is random. It's not like I prefer it or anything. It's quite tasty. I am going to hang around the mall a little bit, probably change. I did bring a change of clothes because I knew I'd be all sweaty. Yeah, probably shop a little bit and then take the bus or train back into Sydney CBD. That'll wrap up mainly this day today because it is like 3 p.m. now. That was a really great day. I'm really glad that I got to see Bondi on this particular trip. I didn't think that I would, to be honest. I thought I would spend it all in the city, but Claire recommended that we do this Coogee to Bondi walk, and I'm glad we did. A lot of beautiful scenic coastal views, which is really nice. Tomorrow, I'm going to go to the Botanical Gardens, probably stick a little bit closer to Sydney CBD and finish seeing the city and areas I haven't gotten to yet. Just enjoy the city life, really. I'm not trying to do the most. I do feel though now that I am happy to be going home. I do miss my home in Wellington. I'm excited to sleep in my own bed. Even though I love Sydney, I know I'll be back. I am looking forward to going home. But first, I'm just gonna have a wee wander around the mall. I find myself starting to speak with a bit of Irish accent because Claire is Irish and it just rubs off on me. I don't know why accents stick, but this little Irish lilt that I've got going on is really annoying me because I'm not Irish, so I shouldn't be speaking with an Irish accent. But all right, I'll see you guys in another update. Bye. Okay, I was trying to leave the mall, but I had to race to the toilet because I really had to go. I forgot my phone in the bathroom and I was in a lift and I realized, and it was agonizing waiting for the lift to come back down because there was no escalators or stairs anywhere. So I had to wait for the lift. Those seconds felt like hours. And then I booked it. I just ran in the mall to the toilet. Thankfully, it was like in a really quiet area. I was just praying that nobody took my phone. I had left it on the baby changing table. I am sweating so bad right now because I ran so fast. Obviously, I found it. Nobody took my phone. Thank goodness. What a scare. Like, my phone is how I access my maps, how I get around the city, how I contact people, how I take photos, how I vlog for these videos. Oh my gosh, I know it's just a phone, but still, my heart sank when I thought that I could have lost it. So yeah, my reminder to back up my pictures and stuff when I get on Wi-Fi again, because if I ever did lose my phone, I just have to buy another one. But you have to make sure your photos are backed up on the iCloud first. I gotta get out of this mall. My heart is, the adrenaline was just coursing. I think I'm just gonna crash pretty soon. I'm gonna make my way back to the CBD now. Thank goodness I got my phone. Oh my God, I was in a panic. I'm back in the city. Got the bus to Circular Quay. The Rocks is just that way. There's a long bus. It's like sleepy. It's raining and cold now. I guess my good luck on the weather ran out this afternoon. I got ice cream gelato from Jellissimo because I'm obsessed. I also look pretty rough, but it's raining. But I wanted to show you there's this massive cruise ship in the harbor that was not there yesterday. This is cookies and cream, by the way, and it's so good. Harbor Bridge, cruise ship, Opera House, ice cream. Wow, I've never seen this street so dead as well. A little rain has scared away all the tourists, but I just love this view. Harbor Bridge, massive cruise ship, Opera House, and this is called the Toaster, this building, by locals. Alrighty, well, I'm really gonna go back to the hostel now. I know I said that like 5 updates ago, but I think this is my dinner. I may not leave the hostel after my shower. My legs feel like they're gonna fall off. I did like 30,000 steps yesterday. I'm up to 27,000 steps today. And like my Apple Watch stats are off the charts. Sydney, I'm gonna have to recover at home after my time in Sydney. I'm gonna need a rest and R&R back in Wellington at my flat once I get back, because these days have been intense, but I loved every moment of it. I still have tomorrow. I'm thinking if the weather's good tomorrow, I may actually go to Manly Island just for something to do. I didn't think I'd do it on this trip, but I have kind of seen most of the city that I've wanted to see. The only thing that I didn't do is the botanical gardens. I'd love to do that. Once I visit that, and if there's still time, and if it's a lovely day, I think I'll go to Manly, which is just like a little beachy area, but it's supposed to be really beautiful, so we'll see. Look at the architecture. So old here. Oh my gosh, I just had to share something that just happened tonight. So I've just been chilling on my bed, literally writing in my journal. And I was having moments of like feeling, if I'm being honest, a little bit lonely, because this hostel is not the most social. There's no atmosphere. I love the setup of the room, but there is no atmosphere. It's catered towards large group bookings, older clientele, and that's fine. I kind of knew that going in, and I booked it for this beautiful rooftop that's upstairs. I just came from there. It's cold tonight. Oh my God, it's freezing. I'm in my, see if I can show you in the mirror. I'm in shorts and my lounging clothes, but I had to race upstairs because I heard fireworks going off. A fireworks display from Luna Park, and we saw them from our rooftop, which is amazing. And that's one of the reasons I booked this hostel. But what I was saying is, because there's no atmosphere, there's not really a lounge at all, really. It's very difficult to meet people. And in my room, it's empty tonight except for 2 other people and myself. So there's not a lot of opportunity for me to meet people in the room. And there is a lovely girl here staying in the room, but she's essentially doing her own thing. And I was feeling a little bit lonely that I just haven't met anyone, and maybe just being a bit down tonight, if I'm being honest with you. These are just the moments of solo travel. Sometimes, depending on where you stay and how the trip is going, you just won't really meet people. And sometimes I go on trips and I meet so many people all the time. Let's not get this twisted. I definitely have met some lovely people on this trip, like amazing friendships that I hope to keep up for years. And today I hung out with Claire, who I met on a boat. So there's always opportunity to meet people, but just not really in this hostel. So specifically, I was just feeling like, oh, I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. I haven't really met anybody, and I don't know anyone in Sydney who's free tomorrow. So I was feeling a little bit down, but moments like what just happened make it all worth it, because I attract the perfect people at the right time, right? And so if I keep saying this affirmation, things are going to work out. And I just had to change my mindset and practice gratitude for the small moments. A fireworks show from the rooftop. Then as I was watching the fireworks, this older woman started chatting to me, and we had a little bit of a conversation. And then this other older couple who were having a little pizza party came out onto the rooftop and said, "Would you like some free pizza? We can't finish it." So I just had 2 slices of pizza, which is going to be my dinner because I was not planning to eat dinner tonight. That was just from me leaving my room to go watch fireworks. So moments like that really warm my heart, especially when I was feeling a little bit down. I now feel so happy and so much joy. And one of the great affirmations that I like to say is, I welcome joy into my life. And moments like that are just pure joy. They are why I love to travel, because you can't predict it. And the next moment you're watching fireworks and getting free pizza. Like, come on. These are the moments that make travel, especially solo travel, really special. Because if I was out with other people, I would have missed out on that moment. So I'm very grateful right now, and I had to share that with you guys. I am so cold. The temperature just dropped when the rain arrived. But I had an amazing shower after that really sweaty walk that I took earlier. And I'm going to finish writing in my journal, and I'll remember this moment, have some reflections, have some quiet time tonight to rest my body. And tomorrow I'm going to have an amazing final day in Sydney, putting that positive energy out there into the universe and manifesting an amazing end to this beautiful holiday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Bye.